Hey guys, it's Soggy FPS, and I'm going to show you why the newest operator Solis is the best defender right now. Alright, so ignore that I'm dishonorable and ignore my penalty, alright? Let's go straight into what Solis has to offer. So you have the P90, which is 50 rounds of destruction. You have the best gun in the game, the SMG-11. And you have a terrible shotgun. And for your gadgets, you have a BP, and you have impact grenades. There's no reason why you shouldn't be running impact grenades. Does I think I'm dumb?
You're fighting them,
Alright, so let me explain the loadout. So the actual shotgun itself is probably one of the best guns when it comes to making rotates, but it doesn't kill anyone. So once you make the rotates, this is going to be your only gun left. And as for the P90, people don't understand the P90 is one of the most balanced guns in the game. So when it comes to the fire rate, right, you have a fire rate that's stronger than the T5 and MP7, but just under the Vector and SMG-11. You have no damage, but this game is all about one-shot headshots. So when you combine the 50 bullets that you get, and probably the third best fire rate in the game, you're going to be able to kill a lot of people with this gun because there's no recoil. So for one, look at how tight the hipfire spread is, right? You have 51 bullets, and you can completely control the recoil without, like, going out of the circle. All 50 bullets are lasers. You don't need to use a muzzle brake or anything. This can use a suppressor, and it'll just melt people. And as for your secondary weapon, you do get the SMG-11, and I called it the best gun in the game because every single mag is a free kill. So you get 16 bullets. Each bullet is 35 damage, so that makes it like a 3-5 shot, right? And you have the fastest fire rate in the game. And it's not like the recoil goes everywhere, it just goes like up and like a little bit to the side. So here's me not really like trying to control the recoil on the gun, but look, I got 11 of my 16 bullets in, I did 300 damage. So like if you pre-fire someone, right, and if you hit like even half the mag, they're already gonna be dead. Now let's talk about her ability. So she has goggles that can see any active equipment. With the goggles up, you can still reinforce, barricade, and the best part is throwing impacts. And when I mean active equipment, I mean literally anything that's on the map that's within like 10 or 12 meters, right? Including people on their phones. With that being said, droning anywhere near the building is now extremely deadly. So if you have a drone anywhere, she's gonna find it, right? If you're droning anywhere near the building, she's gonna see you. There's no hiding from Solis. However, the equipment does have to be active for Solis to be able to see it. So there's a drone here and my ability didn't pick it up. Planting the bomb also counts as active equipment, so Pulse isn't going to be the only threat from below. As long as you're not using the shotgun, you're going to be able to stop plant from below very easily. As for the cooldown, what happens is if you go under 50% battery, you can't turn it on until you go back to 50%. So in total, you have 20 seconds worth of battery until you have to cool it back up. As you can see, we cannot turn on the glasses until we reach back to half battery, and also if you decide to scan using the glasses, it'll ping whatever equipment that you see to your whole team. When you ping for your team, it's going to use all of the battery, so you have to wait another 10 seconds before you can use your ability again. Unlike Warden and his glasses, you do have a weakness, and that is when you're using your ability, you can't have your gun up. So you're vulnerable for anyone pushing you, but you would have so much information that it's not likely that you're going to die while your ability is out. Another weakness Solis has is that she can be easily found by IQ, but then again, you can also see IQ with your gadget, so it's kind of like a equal trade. And even if you do find Solis with her gadget, right? Trying to clear her when she can shoot you with the SMG-11 is very difficult. When it comes to what Solis can do, Solis is probably the most flexible operator on defense because she can do literally anything in different parts of the round. So in prep phase, she can just drone hunt, right? Which both denies the information for the enemies, right? And also gives you an idea of where they're going to spawn. If you're a very aggressive player like I am, you go for a lot of runouts. What you can do is you can literally just use your ability to find out there's a claymore in your window, just go for a runout. The impacts literally save you from so many things. So like air jabs, you can impact it. Any claymores that are right next to a drone hole, you can impact it. Anything that you want to destroy that's above or below you, impact. Impact literally like makes you much more flexible, and I don't think there's any reason why you should actually use bulletproof over that. Because other operators can give up their impacts for a bulletproof, but with the role of being kind of like this off-site unclearable roamer, having impacts is very valuable. Anyone that plays the game at a high level can also agree that the SMG-11 is one of the more scary guns to swing. So like, let's say you're trying to roam clear Solis, right? She knows where you're coming from just off her ability, right? And she could play off that. And let's say you somehow wind up back on site, kind of like an Oregon basement. Like let's say you got pushed all the way back, right? Maybe you're low on HP, you decide to give up the roam, and you can identify where the play is coming from. You can see whether they're breaching, you can see where their drones are running in from, you can destroy their drones, and eventually they're gonna have to run in blind because you've already killed drones in prep phase, right? You've killed the drones in the mid round, so in the end round when they have to execute on site, they don't have any information. Another example would be here in console, like let's say the site is CEO and all of your team is dead on site. What you can do is you can turn it to pulse. So if you force them to kind of go for the plant and they can't go for the kill, right? They're gonna have to plant the diffuser eventually. And you can see that from below and just like spray through the floor using the P90. It's just, you have so much free information and you have 20 seconds worth of using the ability that just keeps cooling down. In terms of rating the ability on a scale of 1 to 10, I think that Solis is an 11. So this operator is exactly what defense needed. So attack has so much information they can work off of. They have drone spots that like you probably haven't even seen before. And the only really thing that we have is just Valcams and like bulletproofs. Bulletproofs can give constant information. But here, you can literally see what plays are being made with little to no risk. Even though there is a risk of just not having your gun out, this is way better than being Pulse, because Pulse has a UMP. That is not a gun that you want in a 1v1. As soon as you get off of Solis' goggles, you have the best gun in the game in your hands. And for my final thoughts, I think that Solis aligns with my playstyle the most out of any other operator in the game right now. Well, at least my defense playstyle, because I always went for like the drone hunting and prep phase, because I always wanted to deny that information. I always played first contact, so I always wanted to like attract, you know, like roam clears to me, right? And then just survive, because I'm better. And the gadget itself actually counters all the advantages that attackers have had for like forever, because a lot of times you would go for like a run out or something and there was just a drone staring at you. Sometimes you would be holding a certain part of the map and there's another drone staring at you. Sometimes your team doesn't make any calls, you don't know what's going on. Overall, this season of Solis is probably the most fun I've ever had in Siege, at least like in recent times. Impacting drones is probably the funniest thing that you can ever do. Like, you always get a chat reaction every time, and I think that's actually why I'm dishonorable. I keep getting reported for impacting drones. As for how I would nerf Solis, because I do think she needs a nerf, alright? She's way too strong. Or maybe I'm just having too much fun. But I think the actual toggle sound isn't loud enough, because I don't think I've actually heard Solis like using her ability on attack. Probably because I've already died before she can even activate her ability. But the pulse scanner is the loudest and like the easiest to identify direction sound cue that you have as an attacker. And I don't really think that activating your ability gives you really that, you know, obvious like, oh, they're here sound. As for how I would nerf Solis, I think removing the SMG-11 would fix kind of like her being too strong on roaming. Give her a super shorty instead, because if you think about it, right, like let's say Kate is banned, right, you're gonna run a mute, right, so you're gonna have potentially a smoke, a mute, and a Solis all running SMG-11s. That sounds way too strong. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys are enjoying the season as much as I have. It's probably the most fun season of Siege that I've played yet. And I'm also getting closer to 1K on YouTube, so if you guys are interested in anything that I do outside of the Elevate channel, then you can find me anywhere as Soggy FPS. Thank you guys for watching. I'm assuming that this video is going to come out around Christmas, so happy holidays everyone. Later.